Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Mindful and Mellow. If you are feeling stuck or you're struggling in love, this reading will be then for you. I want to pull some cards to understand where you're getting stuck, what might be your self-concept, which is like, what are the stories you're telling yourself about yourself? What are you thinking? What are you assuming? And we'll look for ways to kind of free yourself or get yourself unstuck. Okay, so first question. First question we're going to ask the Tarot for guidance on is, where are you feeling stuck and what is the source of being stuck? So we have the Nine of Swords. We have, the Lovers. Got to cover that up because there is perceived nudity in that card. So give me 1 minute here. I will use this Splenda wrapper. And the Temperance card. Okay, so this is where you're getting stuck. Why are you stuck in love? Your self-concept. Let's analyze your self-concept. What is your self-concept? Two of Wands, the Ace of Cups, and the Fool. Okay. What's an action you can take to improve your chances in love and kind of put yourself out there? We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Pentacles. And we have the Eight of Cups. And then we're going to do two cards for the outcome. The outcome is the Page of Wands and the Moon card. Okay, so first and foremost, kind of like looking at why are you stuck? Where are you stuck? I'm definitely getting with the Lovers card. It's your self concept, right? Like it's loving yourself first, understanding and feeling that you truly are loved, and I feel like you're not doing that. So maybe you've got to analyze, like, do you feel love? Do you love yourself? Because if you truly feel yourself as being vulnerable, as being lovable, and being able to be vulnerable, you will inherently attract what you are, right? So if you don't feel self-love, and if you don't feel love for yourself, how is anybody else going to love you, okay? So I'm definitely getting that might be lacking for somebody here, particularly with this Lovers card, okay? This Nine of Swords, I get the sense of like just really struggling but not getting anywhere. It's really struggling and trying. Give up the struggle, give up the trying. This is kind of like, again, letting go of the need to control others. Remember, we can't control others. The world is a reflection of our inner state of mind, our inner state of being, the thoughts, the beliefs that we hold in our mind. All of those things are reflected back to us. So if you're feeling stuck, this is because you're probably trying to change other people. You're trying to influence other people. You're too hung up on what other people are doing, how they're reacting to you, okay? So if we're too hung up on how people are reacting to us, we are never going to be satisfied if our happiness depends on other people and what they do and how they react to us, okay? So really focus on like what might be keeping you stuck, and I think that you might be kind of reacting to people around you and putting too much emphasis on that instead of really kind of going within. The Temperance card, this is a little bit of this to me is a kind of like a good card. This isn't necessarily like what's holding you back, but maybe this is demonstrating the need to find that balance. Find a little bit of balance between like loving yourself and kind of putting yourself out there, but also not pushing too hard, not overdoing it, okay? You don't want to overdo it per se. So I think that's something we want to kind of keep in mind here, right? And then let's see, what was this? This was the actions that we can take. Well, the first is here with this Fool card, taking the leap of faith, right? Kind of putting ourselves out there, being a little bit vulnerable. So, finding love, being loved, being lovable, and then also coming into the relationship doesn't require us to be a little bit transparent too in our thoughts and feelings. So if there's somebody out there that you have an interest in, how do they know that if we don't ever tell them? We don't ever express an interest in getting to know them better. You don't have to come out and sound like a stage 5 clinger and say I love you, or I think I'm in love with you and I think I want to marry you. But maybe you want to put yourself out there and say, you seem really interesting. You've been like, I really enjoy the time that I spent with you. I'd love to get to know you better. Maybe we can go out sometime. Something along that line, I think, is definitely putting yourself out there. And I think that the reaction you're going to get from both yourself and with them is this kind of overflowing of emotion, right? It's going to feel good. It's going to be like this burst of like positive, feel good emotions, because I think they're going to respond positively to you, and it's going to put yourself out there. But you also have to love yourself, like I said before, is like having that love and appreciation for yourself. Know that you are worthy of love. You are lovable. You're a fun person. You are a great person. You are a great partner. You are all of these wonderful things. When we know and believe these things, we have this confidence, and people pick up on that. People pick up on that vibration, that positive energy. Okay. And remember, it's within you. So what I'm getting here with this two of wands is kind of like looking outside of you. Like he's kind of looking at this crystal ball. He's kind of looking out over it too. What I'm getting here, the message here is, recognize that this all starts within you. This doesn't start outside of you. Remember, the world is a reflection. So if you want to change the reflection in the mirror, you don't change the mirror, or you don't, cover up the mirror, turn off the light. You change yourself, and then you look in the mirror again, don't you? So, we put on makeup, we put on new clothes, we, fix our hair. We do all these things to change the way that we look and change the way that we appear. Change the way that you think about yourself, and then the reflection back to you will be very different, okay? So that's a very good thing to kind of keep in mind, right? Don't look outside of you, look within you. Within you, you have everything you need. And I think that's a solid reminder with this Two of Wands, to be very honest with you. I really like that. Okay, in this column here, we have the actions that you can take, okay? Well, first and foremost, the Eight of Cups says, leave behind whatever is no longer serving you, whether it's the poor self-confident beliefs, the feeling that you are not lovable, the feeling that you are not capable of maintaining a relationship, the feelings that you are not, as sexy, attractive, fun, wealthy, whatever it might be, all the things that you are not. Leave those thoughts behind. Leave all those false thoughts and beliefs that no longer serve you. Leave those behind, okay? And plant a new seed, is really kind of what I'm getting here. The seed of like abundance, right? So the Ace of Pentacles is a brand new beginning. But it's typically a brand new beginning in like, career, money, wealth, that kind of thing. And it's also paired here with the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles is kind of establishing that legacy and kind of really being in that state of like having solidly established yourself. Having the legacy and being solidly in a financially well-placed position, okay? But as far as the actions you can take, like to get there, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta plant that seed. So you can't go to 10 without starting at 1, okay? So I think this is kind of saying take appropriate steps to achieve the end desire, and whatever that is for you, whether that's like, meeting new people, connecting in a new relationship. This could be, focusing on, again, your self-concept. How do you view yourself? How do you feel about yourself? Do you really love yourself? Can you be happy? Can you find happiness on your own without being in a relationship? You need to be able to do that, frankly, I think, before you can find a relationship. Because otherwise, if your happiness is dependent upon the other person, you are going to be a slave to that other person. You are going to find yourself constantly disappointed. So, what I think that this is saying is like take steps in the direction in which you want to go. So focus on yourself. Focus on the relationship you have with yourself, your self-concept. How do you feel about yourself? What do you tell yourself? Do you tell yourself you look good? Do you tell yourself that you are not attractive, that you are never going to find that particular person? You're not going to find that. If you're doing that, change that, okay? Start moving in the better direction of that, you're getting better and better every day, that you are more aware of your surroundings, you're more self-aware, you're more conscious of what's going on around you, and you have greater love and appreciation for yourself and the progress you've made this far in life, okay? So you want to plant those seeds, move in that direction of the true end state, which I get, this is the beginning, you're starting here, but the end state is this particular, whatever this is for you, visualize what this is. What does that mean to you? Like, what does that home life, that relationship, what does it look like? And what does it feel like? Having that partner. Is this like the excitement of having, the excursions together, those trips, those things that like the adventures? What is that to you? Is that like a traveling the world? Is that simply like having some of those warm, cozy nights at home, like with a home cooked meal and a bottle of wine? What do those things look like? How do those make you feel? How does it make you feel when somebody's, when your partner surprises you with a gift or roses or something else? How do you feel? Okay, so focus very much on that and consistently move in that direction. Now, there are other ways you can do this too, right? Beyond focusing on yourself, this could be, creating a new profile, revamping your profile on some of the dating apps, if you're on some of those apps. Put up new pictures. Put up pictures in which you look confident, secure, adventurous, what really reflects your life and your values, okay? So focus very much on that and move in that direction, okay? The outcome. So the outcome, we have the page of wands, page of rods, as they call it in the Morgan Greer Tarot deck. But this is kind of like, I'm finding like a new passion. This is definitely like moving forward. This is definitely going on an adventure too, right? This is an adventurous endeavor with somebody. So this could be you, really kind of achieving that relationship and kind of creating that and having that adventure with somebody. Maybe you focus more initially as you get to know somebody, focus more on having small little adventures with this person. And maybe that's what you're doing, okay? Maybe that's where you find the success. I think you're going to learn a lot about yourself during that time too, because the moon card reflects kind of like revelations, but also something that lies beneath, something that's beneath the surface, okay? So I think this is saying is, as you focus more on yourself, as we talked about in here, in your internal beliefs and kind of like thinking about like what's holding you back, more of that is going to come to the surface. You're going to understand some of your beliefs that no longer serve you, like those beliefs that you are not worthy of relationship, that you can't have the hottest guy, girl out there, whatever that might be. I do feel like you're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to understand some of the things that you have subconsciously believed, and hopefully the goal here would be to question some of those beliefs and ask yourselves, why do I believe this? Where did I get this idea? What does it mean? Because it probably doesn't really mean, frankly, anything, okay? So I think that's something, I think that's a great outcome to have here. I want to use the Pride Tarot deck to pull 2 more cards on the outcome. I want to talk about that a little bit more and just get some more tarot insights from a different deck. That way, if there's any card that needs to appear that's already on the table here, we still get it, okay? I love this deck. I haven't used it in a long time. Okay, Ace of Swords. So this is a brand new beginning. We already have the Ace of Cups and we have the Ace of Pentacles on the table. And the Eight of Cups. Okay, so we have a strong vibe of moving on. Of moving on from something that no longer serves you, of leaving something behind, okay? Moving on to new adventures, moving on to new places, moving on to new possibilities. So what's holding you back? What's keeping you in a place? What are you there? Are you there in a sense of security? What's keeping you there? This is definitely saying, you're moving on. We've got the Eight of Cups has come up twice, okay? There's 76 cards in this deck, and this has come up now again. This is one of the 2 cards that I picked. The other one is the Ace of Swords. This is the clarity. This is the understanding. This is the connection, right? So I think with the Ace of Swords, this could also be the connection between you and this other person once you kind of get the understanding of yourself. But it also could be clarity and understanding of yourself, having more clear, conscious ideas, focusing your ideas consciously on your beliefs. And I think that ties closely to the revelation of like what's been holding you back and where your ideas, where your thoughts are toxic, where they have been holding you back, and getting that clarity. So I hope this was helpful. I thank you for being here. I'll be back again real soon.